This is my fifth water fast.
Oh,
I've done three on my own. Never made it past 4 days. Um, I did a fast 2.5 years ago at another fasting center in California and made it 8 days. And that was 2.5 years ago. I've done a lot of research on my own and about fasting, and Loren seems like he has a YouTube presence and had a lot of good content. And I started to realize that getting out of the urban environment or even the suburban environment, which is where the last fasting center that I fasted at was probably going to be one of the next steps that would get me into a longer 21-day fast, which is something I've been talking about doing for a while, and things just came together in the last couple weeks where I was like, it's time to do it. I mean, it's kind of like death by a thousand cuts. It was like a lot of little things that were affecting my health, and given my previous experience with fasting, and then learning over time and through the experience of it that you actually have to do certain things to prepare your body to fast so that there are minimal symptoms. A general decline in well-being, vitality, and then things not functioning the way that they used to, and feeling like this was the most natural and effective and direct approach to getting it all right and rebalanced again. Digestion, sleep, general energy, mood, focus, concentration had all kind of declined I felt at a rate that was way below what it should be. It was relatively easy to get here. I flew into Liberia because it worked out that using miles actually made it about the same in San Jose, and it was a lot closer. So I figured I'm doing this making this big effort. I should make the travel as simple as possible from San Francisco, because there's no direct flights from San Francisco. You have to either fly through LA or Houston or Dallas Fort Worth. So. Overall experience was wonderful. It took me a while to get here. This was my fifth fast. This was my first extended, 21-day fast. I had done 2, 3, 4, and 7, 8 on my own and elsewhere. And from those fasting experiences, I knew that I wanted a more natural environment and maybe a slightly different approach to fasting than I had myself or had in other places. And so I've been studying fasting for maybe about 3 years because it just always intuitively felt like a way to increase health. And so I found Loren just through YouTube, like everybody else. And I'm going to generalize and just say that I found his approach to be in alignment with what felt intuitively true about the body. And I came with a little bit of experience and a little bit of information about fasting, and some intuitions about what probably would take me further and deeper into the process, which was really powerful even on a short term, 2 to 8 days. It was really impactful. And I had gotten to a point physically where I just wasn't functioning the way that I wanted to in terms of my mind and my body. And it just seemed like the most effective way to go about it. So I think the website had changed two days before I arrived, and it looked good, and it's a beautiful place to be, a beautiful place to fast, pretty much a perfect setup, because everything is so close and contained, and there's lots of group time, and space for people to come together and share the experience and talk about it and be quiet, and then also the ability to be by yourself, which is important to me. So the daily routine of taking vitals in the morning, having a talk, learning some new stuff about hydration, about how the body works, which was new to me. The hydration part was really new information to me. I knew other stuff about the fasting process. So vitals, talk, and then some downtime in the afternoon to, do a little computer work, rest, sleep, stretch, drink water, and then the evening talk. Well, I think I attended every single one. So that was, I just kind of followed the structure of it. I think what I've learned is that the deeper that you go into fasting, the longer the physiological process takes to start, develop, and finish. And so you're not done. I mean, it's day 27 total for me. Tomorrow will be day 28, and I go home. This isn't the end. This is maybe just a beginning. I am getting my strength back. I did a long walk 2 days ago. I'll do another long walk today. I feel great. Mentally, I feel clearer and more balanced, and physically, I knew my body would be fine, and it has been fine. I got to about day 10 and 11, and most of the challenges with sleep and some cramping in my lower body really started to go away. And the last 10 days, 11 to 21, were actually pretty easy, and I felt really good. What has surprised me is that I could have gone longer. I think now I'm pretty sure I could have gone 26 or 30 days, and I knew coming here that this wouldn't be my last fast. So, I will do another one down the road. But I think for now, I need to get back to life, and I actually want to get back to work and some of the stuff I have waiting for me at home. And this chapter will be about integrating all the learning, the information, and then becoming a raw vegan, which weren't even words that I was really using for myself before I got here. So that's, I think, it's going to be a new behavior and practice of going to grocery stores and really sorting for different foods, which is going to be a big change. So I'm trying not to hold myself to perfection or 100% anything, because that actually feels a little bit too much. But I feel like if I can get to 90 or 95% and then let myself have the experience of that for a while, whatever it is, and then transition, I think that's going to work. It feels achievable, and I think it'll work really well. But this is a huge change. I mean, I was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, before I got here, and I think it's a lot of change in a short amount of time. So it's a phenomenal experience. I'm glad I did it. My body made me do it. I didn't. Yeah. It seemed like the best way to go, and I'm really excited for how much better I'm going to feel and function going forward. Yeah. I mean, I will thank Loren personally, but I really appreciate Loren's. See him. He's an outlier. I think even in the world of health, I've come to realize, and I appreciate outliers. I appreciate counterexamplers, especially when they walk the walk and they've been doing what they've been doing for decades. That shows me a lot, because there's a lot of coaches out there who, got some certification in 3 days and all of a sudden they're a master. It's nice to learn from somebody who's really been doing it for a long time and who practices everything that they preach.